want financials?
Tell him we going for Canelo next.
Yes. Let's go. Canelo, come on.
It was good. It was good. I was actually impressed, and I think I tweeted something out there. He has gained so much experience, just like they all do, just like Canelo did from the loss to Floyd. Berlanga, he'll be okay moving forward.
The boxing world saw one of its best nights in 2024 on the night of September 14th, as Mexican champion Canelo escorted Edgar Berlanga to a unanimous decision victory over Edgar Berlanga. The win sparked different reactions from different boxing professionals. While some acknowledged Canelo Alvarez's prowess, others called him out for a fight in the squared circle. But a few were more concerned about some very trivial things in the ring. Undoubtedly, the Canelo Alvarez versus Edgar Berlanga fight proved to be one of the most thrilling bouts in recent months.
Took advantage of it.
I don't want to say he's scared, but maybe intimidated is the right word. I mean, he certainly didn't seem like he was very aggressive. He was very respectful of Canelo early on.
Yeah, definitely.
And then after
too much.
Yeah, and then after the knockdown, I think that was the third round.
The Mexican superstar relentlessly pursued the chosen one, dropping the Brooklyn-born boxer in the third round with a perfect left hook. But Berlanga wasn't the only one who hit the canvas. Referee Harvey Dock was working hard to keep the fight clean, closely watching out for illegal shots, a tactic Berlanga is often criticized for. However, things took an unexpected turn when in the fifth round, Dock, while separating the fighters after a heated exchange, slipped and nearly fell face first on the canvas. Despite the brief stumble, Dock quickly regained his composure and continued officiating.
In the fight, he was willing to take chances, but it was too late.
Canelo eventually went on to win the fight via unanimous decision to defend his World Boxing Association, World Boxing Organization, and World Boxing Council super middleweight titles, with the judges Max DeLuca, David Sutherland, and Steve Weisfeld scoring the fight 117, 110, 118, 109, and 118, 109. Regardless, most people would remember Harvey Dock from the Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney fight. He was accused of favoring Haney during the fight and came under heavy fire from the boxing community. Nonetheless, the incident left both commentators and the audience in shock and laughter. Shortly after, former world champion Shawn Porter took to social media to poke fun at the mishap, and the boxing community joined in, lightheartedly laughing off Dock's accidental tumble. Though these incidents are rare, when they do occur, they're almost guaranteed to go viral. In this instance, it appears Shawn Porter took the first shot at Harvey. Porter wrote, "What Harvey Dock doing, Lowell?" Harvey was attempting to back away after stopping Canelo and Berlanga, but slipped in the process. Another user joined the conversation, writing, "Harvey Dock trying to ref Canelo x Berlanga." While sharing a picture of an athlete falling, Harvey is just the latest victim of the meme culture, which has become a norm on social media. Someone else seemed offended by Dock's officiating of the fight. The user wrote, "If the ref isn't going to warn Berlanga at all for constantly measuring, then I don't see why Canelo's catching warnings for borderline shots." It's worth noting that despite several instances of such things happening, no points were deducted. The next user blamed Dock's mishap on Canelo's aura. The user quipped, "Even the ref got knocked down. Canelo's aura is unmatched. #Canelo Berlanga." Interestingly, this was just the second time in his career that Berlanga was knocked down. The first time was in 2021 during the fight against Marcelo Cocheres.
Fighters are supposed to do. You hit me low, return the favor. Hey, if you don't like what the other guys do, Harvey Dock is down. He's up at the count of two.
Lastly, Dan the Boxing Man had to insert his joke about the situation. He wrote, "A ghost knocked down the ref." Dock might not like these jokes at his expense after that intense bout. That being said, given the intense nature of the Canelo Alvarez versus Edgar Berlanga fight, Harvey Dock's mishap added a layer of whimsy to the whole thing. However, the good news is, it did not become a hindrance in the fight. Floyd Mayweather, on the other hand, was surprisingly full of praises for Canelo Alvarez. This is to be expected, seeing how Canelo Alvarez had been giving Floyd Mayweather his flowers lately. It was just right that Floyd Mayweather returned the favor.
Absolutely. There's a man in Canelo. A legend who recognizes another young beast.
Floyd Mayweather took to his X handle and posted on Canelo's victory, writing, "Canelo is a hell of a fighter. He's still got more in him. Good job, champ."
Goal is to fight Canelo. So that's, you know, where his mindset's at.
It get fucked up by Canelo. Oh, I'm sorry. It's TMT.
Yeah, you can curse. You can curse.
Also, Floyd's uncle, Jeff Mayweather, was at the arena, and after the fight in an interview, he said, "I thought it was a pretty decent fight. I thought that Berlanga came out. Actually, I thought he was going to come out and try to show what he had, but he was very cautious. It seemed a little later in the fight he was willing to take chances, but it was too late. We've seen a little bit of Canelo, but not as good as the Canelo we've seen in the past."
Well, I thought it was a pretty decent fight. I thought that Berlanga came out. Actually, I thought he was going to come out and try to show what he had, but he was very cautious.
Yeah, and I don't want to say
Canelo took advantage of it.
yeah, don't.
Leonard Ellerby, who's predicted a brutal beating for Edgar Berlanga, posted on X, "The experience that Berlanga has gained from this fight will serve him very well moving forward." And almost immediately, he posted, "I want to see Caleb Plant versus Edgar Berlanga. Thoughts?" It was overwhelming to see how much the fans turned out for Alvarez on Mexican Independence Day and his 66th professional fight. But before this, he commented immediately after the fight in an interview. He said, "I was actually impressed, and I think I should put this out there. He has gained so much experience just like Canelo did from the loss with Floyd. Berlanga will be okay moving forward. It was a tremendous beating. He's got to take a little time out. Canelo is by far the best at 68. In the end, it was a routine victory with nothing much from a tough Berlanga really bringing trouble. With the performance, he retains his World Boxing Association, World Boxing Organization, and World Boxing Council belts. Post-fight, Canelo declared that he is the best in the world.
It was a tremendous beating. He's going to have to take a little time off, but he can deal with any of them other 68s out there. Canelo's by far the best in the division, hands down.
I did good. Now what they gonna say? I tried younger fighters. They always say I fought older fighters. They always talk. I'm the best fighter in the world. It could have been Ivor in the third, but Eddie slows me down and it works. I put on a great show for my people. He said he respects me so much he feels bad the way he acted. He did good. I got a little angry. I'm Mexican, man. The victory means a lot. I feel great. I feel grateful. It's an honor for me to represent my country on this day. Mexican independence. I feel proud about it. Some people say that you don't love me, but guess what? You are here to support me. Viva Mexico, cabrones. I'm gonna rest, enjoy my family right now, and then decide what's next. The man many regard as the best pound-for-pound fighter on the planet, Terence Crawford, was watching closely.
You heard it from him.
We are ready.
Just put me in the game.
The 36-year-old from Omaha has been calling for the fight for around a year now, and recently closed the gap in bulk very slightly by making his debut at super welterweight, 2 divisions down from where Canelo currently dominates. Terence Crawford was ringside for Canelo Alvarez's win over Edgar Berlanga tonight, and though his dream fight seems unlikely, he's not given up on it just yet. "Put me in the game, coach," Crawford posted on social media, still angling for a bout with Canelo, which has been repeatedly shot down by Alvarez himself. Canelo has most notably said that fights he does will happen on his terms, not on those of Turki Alalshik, who attempted to make Crawford's dream a reality with a big money offer. Crawford is a current titleist at 154 pounds, while Canelo fights, of course, at 168, and because of that, he feels that he would not get any credit for beating Crawford if the fight were to actually happen. But you can't blame Bud for continuing to hope, because it would potentially be an enormous amount of money for both sides. Canelo dropped Berlanga and won a wide decision, but Berlanga got some credit from fellow fighters for his display of toughness.
Just put me in the game.
Edgar will learn a lot from this fight, said Jamel Herring. Nothing to be ashamed of. In a really thought-out bit of insight, Devin Haney declared that Berlanga is not a hoe. Undoubtedly, Edgar Berlanga went up against one of the best boxers of this generation, Canelo Alvarez, with the chosen one, hoping to cause a major upset against the super middleweight champion on September 14th.
That you can go and win a fight like that, but also there's always the worry that you're fighting at a level that you've never been at before. And are you good enough?
The New York native predicted a knockout victory, but the Mexican's chin continued to prove itself to be made of steel, and Alvarez put on a dominant display. He secured a unanimous decision victory after 12 rounds, and following a fiery buildup between the two boxers, the pair shared massive respect in the ring when the final bell rang. Berlanga's promoter, Eddie Hearn, was interviewed by Boxing News following the result. The Matchroom Boxing chairman reflected on the clash, saying this: "So proud of him. It was always a massive ask. As I said, Canelo might be getting a little bit old. He looked just like himself in there tonight, but I thought Edgar was brilliant. Having never boxed anywhere near that level before, to go in there and be competitive, I know he was well beaten, but other than the flash knockdown, he wasn't really hurt. A star is born tonight."
To compete, he was well beaten, but he was competitive. And what I liked as well is, other than the knockdown, which although it was an unbelievable shot that would have knocked out an horse.
Indeed, Canelo Alvarez beat Berlanga in some style tonight, and his former promoter and former friend, Oscar De La Hoya, has given his reaction. The two don't get on and never ever will, ever, that is clear. Oscar De La Hoya tweeted on his X account, "I told you so. You should have saved your hard-earned money." So this is predictable in many ways. It was actually a good fight, most people thought. An unreal performance from Alvarez too, who put on an absolute boxing clinic in there over his younger, much bigger and taller, previously unbeaten knockout artist opponent in Berlanga. In recent years, boxing fans have become accustomed to the ever-present threats sent between Golden Boy promoter Oscar De La Hoya and his former fighter, Canelo Alvarez.
Saúl, todos los comentarios que ha hecho Oscar de la Hoya de ti, de no estar aquí, él siendo una leyenda del boxeo.
¿Para qué lo queremos aquí? No te preocupes.
However, ahead of Canelo's fight with Edgar Berlanga, De La Hoya may even be rooting for his fiercest rival after a fiery exchange with Canelo's opponent continued. Canelo Alvarez has made it clear that he will not be pressured into fights that he does not wish to take over the last couple of years, opting to take on the likes of John Ryder and Jaime Munguia rather than David Benavidez or David Morrell, much to the disappointment of his fans. On this occasion, Canelo selected undefeated New Yorker Edgar Berlanga to be in the opposing corner, and De La Hoya spoke out and slammed the decision before labeling Berlanga as both a fake Puerto Rican and a subpar opponent.
Edgar Berlanga, you stopped your press conference yesterday to mention my name. You said you're gonna slap me when you see me next.
At the Fight Week press conference for the event, which De La Hoya has announced he will not be attending, Berlanga addressed the 6th Division world champion and threatened to smack him after his consistent slander of the pay-per-view event. Damn Oscar De La Hoya, that idiot. He keeps talking and talking. We are going to smack him when we see him. He has got to stop. He is trying to dam up the event. In response, De La Hoya continued to poke fun at Berlanga, who sensationally scored 16 consecutive first-round knockout wins in his first 16 professional bouts, questioning why Puerto Ricans are not traveling to Las Vegas to support him as they did for fan favorite Felix Trinidad, who became the first man to defeat De La Hoya when they met in 1999.
Why? Because I asked to see your Puerto Rican birth certificate? Because you're not really Puerto Rican? I'm asking because when I fought Trinidad, he had the entire island travel to Las Vegas to support him.
Edgar Berlanga, you stopped your press conference yesterday to mention my name. You said that you are going to slap me when you see me next. Why? Because I asked to see your Puerto Rican birth certificate because you are not really Puerto Rican? I am asking because when I fought Felix Trinidad, he had the entire island travel to Las Vegas to support him. Or are you upset because I said that you are a subpar opponent for Canelo? These are the facts, bro. Don't let them get you rattled. Dude, you are not fighting me. You are distracted and you better get locked in because Canelo is going to tap that A this weekend. Good luck and enjoy your first and last pay-per-view experience.
Or are you upset because I said you're a subpar opponent for Canelo? These are the facts, bro. Don't let them get you rattled.
One of the best fighters in boxing has also given his take on what he saw in tonight's boxing featuring Canelo and Berlanga. Here's what Stevenson of New Jersey had to say about it on X. Canelo a great fighter though. Gotta respect the fact that he's been on top of the game for years and years. Stevenson recently broke his hand, which will keep him out of boxing for a while likely. Alvarez has been at the pinnacle of boxing for a long time now, and will be for many years to come too, most likely. Shakur Stevenson won't be making his next scheduled outing after suffering a torn tendon in his hand during a recent sparring session, which required immediate surgery, and now Fight Hype has released a video clip of the sparring session where the injury occurred. Stevenson would reportedly tear a tendon in his knuckle during the sparring, but the most notable part of it all was that he injured his hand on a clean shot to the body, which I would say is highly unusual. Typically, these types of injuries occur with punches that land on hard bones, like a forehead or elbow, so seeing this happen on a clean shot to the body is a bit disconcerting, although it's possible this resulted from hitting the hip of his opponent. Stevenson's promoter Eddie Hearn says he expects his fighter to be ready to return early in 2025 and looks to put Stevenson right into a mandated fight against William Zepeda before he plans to target a fight against Gervonta Davis. Joe Cordina, unfortunately, gets left out in the cold for the time being. The perception is that Shakur has brittle hands. After his performance against Edwin de los Santos, where Shakur was booed for his defensive style, it turned out he had an injury coming into the fight. Shakur then revealed he injured both hands in his last fight against Artem Harutyunyan. This may explain Shakur's reluctance to let his hands go in fear of getting injured. Yeah, both of them. They're fragile. I'm gonna get them stronger in the offseason. Stevenson said, listen, Shakur did what he normally does. He boxes them and he wins. But I talked to him last night, and he stated that both of his hands were hurt. I talked to his cousin, and he said he's always hurting his hands when he's punching. Derek Ennis. That could prove pivotal moving forward if he does face Tank Davis. Gervonta is often criticized for getting outboxed earlier, before he stops his opponents. However, there is an argument that Davis uses the earlier rounds to get a taste of his opponent's power. If Davis does not respect it, he closes the distance and walks his man down. Also, the champion himself, Canelo Alvarez, gave his full reaction to beating Edgar Berlanga in boxing in Las Vegas. No, I feel good. I feel happy. I did what I was supposed to do, win the fight, and I enjoyed the fight. I think it was a good fight for the fans, and I am satisfied.
Were you surprised by Berlanga's performance in the ring tonight with his skills?
No, I'm not surprised. I think he don't fight like he used to fight.
He also added, yeah, it was a fun fight for me. It was another day in the office for me. I love what I do. I love being in there fighting and give the fans what they want, a fight. And you know I enjoy what I do and I still love boxing. And you can see tonight. He mentioned on Crawford and Turki Al-Sheikh calling him out at the UFC event in Vegas tonight. No comment. Speaking further, Alvarez added on Bivol versus Beterbiev fight upcoming next month. No, I don't plan to travel to watch the fight. This is a 50-50 fight. This is a fight between good fighters. Bivol is going to have a very tough opponent in front of him. It's going to be a good fight.
Were you surprised by Berlanga's performance in the ring tonight with his skills?
No, I'm not surprised. I think he don't fight like he used to fight.
Talking about Edgar Berlanga's style of fight during the match, Canelo was not surprised. He said, no, I'm not surprised. I think he doesn't fight like he used to fight. He defended himself a little more. You know I did what I was supposed to do, you know? Be in there and fight and do my best and win the fight. On Berlanga saying Canelo was his idol, he responded, that kind of statement feels great. It is something that when someone younger than me says I am his idol, in the end, boxing is a beautiful sport. The kind of sportsmanship, the kind of respect that is shown after the fight, that's what boxing is all about.
He defend himself a little more, that's why happened what happened, but you know, I did what I supposed to do, you know, being there and fight and do my best and win the fight.
Really what I want to do right now is rest. I want to rest. I want to enjoy this victory. I want to be with my family who I missed a lot. Then I am going to get together with my people, and then I am going to decide on what's next. He also noted, the knockout could happen at any point. Like I said before, Berlanga stood in front of me. He was a tough opponent. He stayed there. And as far as the 10th round, I don't really remember what happened. Maybe I turned around and I thought the bell rang, but it wasn't a big deal. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.